AP, I'm sorry, right here. You made the decision this week to put Bo up in the box. Obviously, that had an impact. I'm just curious about what went into you making that decision. And second part of that question is, I talked to you this week about attacking down the field, and you said that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how you addressed it with the team and how they responded, sir?
Yeah, first with Bo, just something I thought about over some time. It's been kind of building up, and then obviously after last week's performance, we need to make a change, and I think it worked out well for us. To your second question, I don't know, really, like I've been saying, every week that's the plan. It's just, young quarterback got to let it go, and then tonight he did. Second play of the game, boom, we took a shot. Yeah, it wasn't completed, but that kind of set the tone, and you can see what we're going to do the rest of the game. And then obviously there was more opportunities later in the game. But listen, we got a lot of skilled players that we know, and it just takes confidence, man. I wish we could do it day one. I wish we could just draw it up, and it's that easy. But obviously it took us 6 games to do it, and hopefully that's part of us going forward the rest of the year.
Coach, in a very kind of topsy-turvy season, and I'm just wondering, a game like this, which is so unusual in terms of all the different ways you scored, I'm just wondering, was there a sense of catharsis in terms of getting a lot of frustrations out by the players? You had almost everyone on the scoreboard tonight.
Yeah, we talked about just having short-term memory. You know, I'm gonna reference what Devontae said last week. You know, we was on the wrong side of history. Well, we're on the right side now, and that's the way we want to be. But you know, it's like anything. You know, turnovers, points, they always come in bunches. And for us, it became a frenzy, right? And you saw it on defense, you saw it on offense. Special teams jumped in it. And just look at the sideline. I think if you want to watch the game, if you didn't see it, you could just hear it. You know, there's a lot of energy down there by those guys. Hats off to our team responding, 4 days after what just happened here previously.
Don't try in front of you. LT Willis, TD Source, TV1. First question. What was it like going to your mind knowing that you guys have scored franchise history of 63 points?
Well, we knew it at halftime what the record was. I was made aware of it, and we were going to be aggressive regardless what the score was. If we only had 21 or 10, we were going to be aggressive. That was our mindset. I talked to our team about it last week, playing better in the second half. I thought we did. This one was playing, full second half and not letting off on the gas pedal, and hats off to them because that was their mindset.
And my second question, from a coaching equipment perspective, knowing that you guys lost last week, but for a coach to win this way, what does it do for the confidence of you and also your coaching staff?
Well, big. I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter who you play. It's hard to score 60-plus points in the National Football League. But I think just seeing guys understanding, like, man, if we execute, we do things the right way, you hear it all the time, right? It's kind of cliche. Believe in the process. And I think the guys have done that. They bounced back. And like I told them on Tuesday, because, I'll be honest, we were all down. I was down. I was into it. And the best thing that they did, they came to work and their mindset, their mentality, their energy, their bounce to the building, the way they were talking. I had to slap myself and get out the funk. And they got me out the funk. And I told them that on Tuesday, and I told them that again today. Hats off to our players, because that's what leaders and real men do. They bring others along with them. They brought me along, and hell, we kicked some ass today.
Hey, Coach, right here in the back. Jack Jones, you guys, go back a long way. So the growth of him from you guys' original relationship up to this point today, he obviously made a crazy catch today for a pick six. Can you just talk about the growth that you've seen in him?
I've seen that 2 or 3 times, to be honest, which is crazy. I've seen him do it in high school, I've seen him do it in college, and then to see him do it here. And we had just got into it because he was, getting into it with the refs and other team. And I told Devontae, go tell him to shut up, and I was gonna pull him. And then the next play he makes the play, and I had to really pull him because I knew he was gonna really act a fool. But man, this is a talented individual. When we brought him in, I told Mr. Davis and Champ, this is the guy that just needs some loving, maturity. He needs a good locker room around him, which we have, and he'll really blossom here. And I'm glad that he's a Raider.
AP, could you please talk about, 2 backup offensive linemen come in, and Khalil Mack didn't have any type of a game that he had before with all your starters. Just the pride you have in the guys, next man stepping up.
Yeah, I'm going to start with Jermaine. You got a lot of slack. People got after him at that first game, right? 6 sacks, bench him, do this and that. And listen, it was his birthday yesterday. I said, best way to celebrate your birthday, blow out them cakes right there on 5-2. And he did a hell of a job on that, man. And I think all those guys amongst the offensive line and to our offensive line coach, Carm and Cam, they've done an excellent job of just getting the next man ready. We've been rotating guys throughout practice. It came to fruition last week. Short week this week. Dylan went in there, hell of a job at center. Took Greg out at guard, put another guy in there. I mean, you couldn't tell. I mean, be honest, man, that's coaching, man. And that's guys buying into what the coaches are saying. You know, all the stuff that we've been doing, it came to fruition tonight. Yes, sir.
Right down here front, go ahead.
Good evening, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of everything clicking, like back in the day, you put up 100 points against Compton High School. Did that remind you tonight? Did you reflect back on that?
Yeah, it was 99.
Okay. If it's 99, that's what I was.
Yeah, it was close. We were trying to reset the clock that year. But, no, listen, at the end of the day, it was all sportsmanship. And, you know, but that day, listen, when you just scored 0, I ain't going to stop them boys from scoring.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to stop them. You know, we was on the other side of it last week, and it felt a certain way, and hey, you know, no apologies here.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
AP, a couple of weeks ago, you talked about the opportunity that kind of sat in front of this franchise with 3 straight home games. You got 1 up, 2 down. Now you guys are shifting your attention to the final 3 games of the year. 2 of those 3 are on the road. How do you guys try to bottle something like tonight and take it on the road with you?
I'll be honest, we're going to treat this game like we did every game this year that I've been a part of, at least with me at the helm. Short-term memory. You know, I gave him Victory Friday off tomorrow. We got a Christmas party. We're going to enjoy it. Give them a couple of days off. We're going to come back and get ready for these world champs. You know, we played them here tough. You know, maybe let an opportunity slip by and we'll move on to the next one. That's just what we've been doing. The biggest window in front of us is the front. Not worry about what's behind us.
Do one more, Ed.
Yeah, Aiden after the last game said he believed he was the guy. He had confidence in himself no matter what happened. You went with him tonight. He gave it back to you in terms of how he played. Can you just talk about what you saw from him?
Yeah, I never lost confidence. There was a lot of questions asked throughout the week, and I made it very clear, I believe it was yesterday, that I've never wavered anything. But, you know, you asked me a question, and I said, yeah, I'll keep evaluating it then since you're going to ask me. I'll look into it. But I made that decision with Aiden when I first took over, and I don't think you ever go back on your gut. And Aiden is a rookie. When I was a rookie and I played, I made mistakes. I had ugly games. And it's hard to play the position he plays. He's going to have rough days. And he had a rough day in office last week. But you know what he did on Monday? His ass was the first one in the building. You know what he did yesterday? He's the last one in the building. He didn't leave. You know what I mean? He stayed there all day until he got it right. Same thing today. Didn't leave the building all day today after our morning meeting. So here's the guy, listen, man, that, he has a great opportunity, no different than me. And he's taking advantage of it. And tonight, he's on the winning side.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.